Good afternoon, everybody. It's Josh here from Lookin For Games, and welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly Update. Jumping into this week's schedule, if you didn't get everything you were looking for the holidays, or the Grinch just plain stole everything, never fear, because LFG is back with the second annual 26 on the 26th sale, where every purchase $50 or higher in the store, it will be 26% off, because our sale is going on right now. And so if you are a massive procrastinator, even to the point where you actually missed Christmas Day, well, we've got you covered all day long through the end of business today. Tonight we've got Friday Night Magic, where we'll be playing Draft or some form of Constructed using the Avatar The Last Airbender set. Of course, this set is coming to the end of the cycle, but we'll talk a little bit more about that later in the update. Play starts at 7 o'clock, so please come and join us for Friday Night Magic. On Sunday, we kick off our next slate of Lookin For Adventure with DM Dan and the Frozen North. Then on Thursday, of course, we'll be closed for New Year's Day, but Saturday we'll be back to our regular schedule with DM Johnny presenting the next chapter of his adventure, The Fault in Our Star. You can scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description below. It'll take you right to our Warhorn page so that you can see all of our available games and sign up to play. And of course, we have our holiday schedule updated, reflecting the end of the year events, including our New Year's Eve event, which starts at 7 o'clock and runs through 1 a.m. And then, of course, we'll be closed on New Year's Day. But as I mentioned, we will be back on our regular schedule on Friday, the 2nd of January. Little brief look there. And with a new month and a new year looming upon us, we wanted to lay out the theme for January, which is Gather the Tribe, where we'll be playing all sorts of games based on tribes of all kinds, and we'll be kicking off the month with a classic worker placement game, 5 Tribes. Now, this has seen numerous editions over the years, but it's all about your workers, area control, and having perfect timing as you bring your kingdom to greatness with upgrades. And of course, who doesn't like camel meeples? And as always, be sure to throw in your theme and game suggestions in the comments below for a chance to win a free t-shirt from Lookin For Merch. There are some very cool designs out there to choose from. We're always adding more designs, so there's always going to be something at least there sure to interest you. And here's a rundown of the schedule for January, with kicking off with 5 Tribes, then Rise of Tribes, Stone Age, which is another great worker placement game, and then wrapping the month up with a tribal game with a sci-fi twist, which is called Revive. And as I said, be sure to throw in your theme and suggestions in the comments below. Each year, we've had a Dungeons and Dragons session as part of our offering for our New Year's Eve event, and we were worried that we were going to have to lose that part this year because, you know, life happens, and the wonderful DM who has helped us over these last few years was not able to join us, but thankfully, another one of our great LFG members has stepped up, so DM Alexis will be hosting his D&D one-shot titled Railway to Natum, where you'll be climbing aboard the magical train Gilded Horizon, taking in the sights and sounds all across the Natum countryside. But dark forces have taken control of the Gilded Horizon and have nefarious plans for the passengers and all of Natum. So guzzle down that champagne, finish up those hors d'oeuvres, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. And of course, that's all a part of our Rolling Into 2026 event that will be kicking off at 7 o'clock on New Year's Eve. Included in that event is also our next session of Blood on the Clocktower. If you are follow us on the Blood on the Clocktower circuit, so to speak, you'll know that this is actually where it all started as part of our New Year's Eve event. And so carrying on that tradition, our December edition will run on the 31st, and we'll be playing a custom script called New Year, New Fears. So working hard on putting that all together, and very excited to present our first LFG custom script. So, and if you haven't played Blood on the Clocktower, it is a social deduction game on a massive scale. where every game is different, every theme is different, and every demon is a little bit different no matter how many times you play. So please come and join us for Blood on the Clocktower as part of our Rollin' into 2026 event on New Year's Eve. And of course, I announced this last week, but we've got 2 new designs for our collection of LFG t-shirts, including a redesigned shirt that we've already had in play before, but it's clickety clackety, I roll to attackety. So a lot of cute colors and design there. And then we have a brand new shirt for Magic the Gathering called I Practice Safe Decks. So we've got those available in stock now in all sizes. We are also working on a restock of all of our previous designs. So you'll see all of that when you come into the store, available at LFG. In the queue. Of course, I announced this previously, but coming soon to Lookin For Games, we are doing a massive Learn to Play night, what we call New Year, New Game. So mark your calendar, because we're going to have several different TCGs, including Star Wars Unlimited, Sorcery TCG, Riftbound League of Legends. We've also added One Piece and Pokemon, and I believe also added Magic the Gathering. So we've got all kinds of stuff. This is your chance. If you ever wanted to check out a brand new trading card game, this will also be your opportunity for that. Oh, in addition, I totally forgot, we also have a D&D session, a special 4-player D&D game called Into the Borderlands, which was an introductory starter set that was created for D&D, and we're going to have a demo game of that as well, included in our big New Year, New Game Learn to Play night. And next week we will have all of those details nailed down, including how we're going to do a little punch card for that to make it worth your while to try as many games as possible at New Year, New Game, January 5th at 6 o'clock. Enter the ever-changing plane of Lorwyn and Shadowmoor with Magic the Gathering Lorwyn Eclipsed, where you'll summon all sorts of creatures, including the beloved Kithkin, as you travel or you cross over from Eternal Day to Eternal Night. We'll be kicking all of that off with our pre-release schedule starting on January 16th at 7 o'clock and closing out the weekend with our special Two-Headed Giant event on January 18th at 1 o'clock. Rise up and be the master of chaos in Magic the Gathering Lorwyn Eclipsed. We'll put a post in the, we'll post a link in the description below so you can see all of the time slots that we have available, and you can come and join us for that pre-release event. And as always, we've got some titles coming in very soon, including Horror on the Orient Express, Computer Junkyard, an expansion to The Witcher board game, and Suro 20th Anniversary. And that's our update for this week. If you enjoy our content, please like, subscribe, and feel free to tell others about us, because, as I always say, you shouldn't be the only one to suffer. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Have a happy new year. Well, hopefully we'll see you at Rollin' into 2026. And thank you again for watching.